Hello everyone, Fuzzy Bear Barbarian here, and Demon Souls is out, but Target screwed me over and failed to deliver my pre-ordered PS5, so I decided to play Godfall instead. I've spent a few hours in the game, and as a result, I thought I might give you guys my first impression. This is the main hub area. You open it after pretty much one of the first early tutorial missions, and you can see all the different armor sets you can get in the game. Most of these you can't access yet, but with a little bit of play you can get some resources to access some of them. Most of the armor sets aren't that different though, the early ones. They are a bit different. For example, this one gives a 10% chance to inflict poison and then benefits to its poison ability when you activate your Archon Fury, which is basically your ultimate. This one here, what's this one do? This one gives you plus 5% critical hit chance. I can't open that one yet. This one gives you plus 15% weak point damage. So basically they all give you slightly different perks and slightly different buffs to those perks in their super ability. I've already opened this one, which is Phoenix, plus 10% chance to inflict ignite. In fact, most of the early ones are plus 10% chance to inflict some kind of ailment. This one is bleeding, plus 10% chance to inflict bleeding. This one is Curse, if from memory. Yep, plus 10% chance to inflict Curse. You can unlock a couple of these to start with. This is the one I'm playing right now, which gives you plus 10% Soul Shatter. Soul Shatter is basically a buff you put on enemies, and the more you put that buff on, they'll then explode. It's pretty cool. I won't show you any more of this area. There's no point spoiling it all for you, but what I will show you is the equipment I'm wearing. I've got like I said, I haven't been playing for very long. These are all the weapons that have dropped for me up to this point. Only recently did a couple of epics start to drop. Up until then, and this has been really, I would say, an annoying aspect. There's this weapon, this one, the Zero Sword. You got it as part of the pre-order bonus, and from my first, 2 to 3 hours of play, if I've even been playing that long, this was my best weapon. So I had a pre-order bonus weapon that was better than anything that dropped in the first few hours of play. I don't really like that. I'd prefer that pre-order bonuses were cosmetic only. But yeah, I was using this weapon pretty much constantly for my first few hours because it was the best weapon I had until these two dropped. These two aren't that much better than it either, but they are better, so I'm using those now. Weapons have certain type of perks on them. You can see 15% critical hit damage on that, 15% weak point damage, or on this one, polarity attack damage and Soul Shatter build-up. Soul Shatter build-up's good, which is why I'm using it, because I'm using an armor set that gives me Soul Shatter perks. You can also get amulets and charms to put on, which give you extra perks. You get rings for extra perks, and you get a life stone also for extra perks. This thing here is a banner. I haven't used it much, but basically you put a banner down mid-fight, and whatever perks it has, it will give you while it's down and you're around it, I guess. I do like the skill tree that they have in this game, though it's also a little annoying in one sense. You have to unlock, actually, you know what? What I like about it is you can reset it at any point. So if you get an armor set and you unlock it, or a Valor Plate they call them, and you unlock it, and you want to perk your skills to match the benefits of that armor set, or if you get, a sword that drops or a ring that drops and has certain perks and you want to buff those perks or improve your ability in that area, you can redo your skill tree anytime you like. I can press Y to clear my skills right now. It's really easy to do, and then just confirm that. They're all reset. What I don't like about it is you can't just choose anything. You have to choose something from a corner and work your way in by a link. So if I want to get critical hit chance or let's say Rampage. If I want Rampage, then I need to unlock this, and that links to it, and then I can unlock Rampage. I want level 2 of Rampage, so I'll unlock it again to get level 2 for extra Rampage charge speed. And I can unlock it again to get 25% Rampage duration, but I wouldn't mind that actually. But the other thing is I like critical hit chance, so if I want to unlock that, Soul Shatter is another thing I've got on my armor set right now, and on my sword, so I'll just buff that even more, and I can increase my health, or I can take Sundering Storm, which I'll take that. I'm not making any build here, I'm just showing you how the skill tree works, and that's how I get to critical chance. I can also get some extra critical damage. In fact, I'll do that. I've got 4 skill points left. Another one I like is this shield, the level 1 on this L, B, and A to perform a petrifying slam. So I'll unlock that, buy that. And I can also get finesse for better evasion. And you know what? I'm going to increase my rampage duration. So that's how you do it. Not a build shown there, just showing you how to unlock the skill tree. But if you were making a build, you would think this through a little better than what I just did. And that's pretty much it. That's how the skill tree works. That's how the armor works. And there's obviously more to this, which I'll find out as I go on. But for now, let's go into a basic mission, not a story mission. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. You can see on the bottom left there, that's the whole map. And you actually can go into explore the realm and explore the entire map right now, right from the start as far as I'm aware. I don't think anything's locked off. I haven't done that yet though. I'm just playing through the story missions. To get to a story mission though, you need to usually obtain some resources. To unlock this story mission, I needed to get Earth Sigils. You get Earth Sigils from hunt missions. I've got 3 hunt missions available actually. Let's choose this one. We'll fight do they all have bosses? Yeah, you face a different like mini boss at the end. So Wraith Lord, Alpha Rancor, High Lord Phalanxar. Which one will we choose? Wraith Lord, 1 rare weapon, 20 Sunsteel, 1 rare Lifestone. There's nothing very special to be got from them. I'm only doing this to show you guys some stuff. So let's do this one. We'll do the Alpha Rancor maybe. All right, we'll do that one. No, I made a big mistake there, and I should have explained it beforehand. So it's good that I made that mistake because it reminded me what you don't want to do. The game has 3 different difficulty modes. It has an easy mode, it has a normal mode, and it has a hard mode. I absolutely 100% recommend playing hard mode. And now I'll just abandon this mission. The reason I recommend playing hard mode is easy mode. Let's have a look here. Okay, easy mode and normal mode are just too easy. You literally cannot fail in these missions. You can see on hard mode, fail mission after 3 respawns. That won't happen on easy or normal mode. You can respawn as much as you like. The enemies are super easy. They're not very aggressive. You kill them really easy. You take very little damage. And if you do die, if somehow you have a bad time and you do die, you'll just respawn and those enemies' health will be right where you left them. You don't need to there's no challenge. You don't need to develop any skill. You just keep respawning until they're dead, basically. Hard mode's a little bit different than that. Hard mode, they do more damage, they have more health, they're more aggressive, and you fail after 3 respawns. But they do drop more loot, and loot is what you want. This is a looter melee game. So let's go in, let's choose that difficulty and go in on hard mode. Now, the reason I say, apart from all of that, to choose hard mode is still pretty easy. It's not as easy as the other 2, but it's still much easier than what you might expect in hard modes in other games. So long as you don't die 3 times, you pretty much can't fail this either. All right, so I'm going to swap to my Soul Shatter Sword. That's the pole arm. Now, what you want to do is smash everything because all of this stuff drops stuff, basically. It drops health vials for you to pick up, and currency. Oh yeah, one thing I don't like about the way this drops is, you watch, if I smash this and then back off and keep running, what it drops I don't get. You have to wait for what pops out to pop out, basically. I really don't like that mechanic. That just slows the gameplay. I'd like to be able to just smash this and then keep running, but if I do that, I miss out on the gear, on the resources. So yeah, I don't like that particular aspect of it. All right, so we've got some enemies here. Let's fight them. Combat's actually pretty fun. However, you can't block an enemy that goes red. Well, there is an ability later on to do it. Parrying is very easy as well. The parrying window is super forgiving. You can see there. Super forgiving parry window. Oh, I thought that was going to miss me. Now, I didn't show you the banner. If you put a banner down, I've only got one guy left, so it's probably a bit of a waste doing it here, but I'll put the banner down. Now, if you go in here, you can see this banner restores 12 health on hit. So every time I hit this guy, I should get health back. So yeah, there's a bit of a waste of the banner there. Oh no, there's another guy, so actually a couple of others have spawned in. So you can see this is hard mode, and it's not really that hard. I think that's it. So I almost got all my health back then, and I still have 3 health vials. That number 3 down there is my health vials. All right, there is another way, the spirit zone. You can look through the spirit zone and it'll show you, I think it's called spirit zone, and it'll show you things of interest, usually chests or other things. So there's something of interest up there. You can fast jump to these things, and then I get that thing of interest. You don't have to hunt around staring in every nook and cranny trying to find a chest or whatever. You just go into your spirit realm thingy, look around, and there's another one there. Oh, and some enemies. These chests are the basic chests. You don't really get much out of them. Sometimes a weapon will drop, but most of the time it's just resources. If we get another one of the other chests, I'll show you that the other chests give you more loot, but they're way more annoying to open. They kind of they kind of slow the game down a bit in a boring kind of way. So we have 11 minutes in which to kill this mini boss at the end. I don't know if he's a real boss. These teleporting guys are a bit annoying too. That was him exploding from Soul Shatter. There's that Soul Shatter ability again. I do like Soul Shatter. That's pretty cool. I'm not really sure it aids you that much though. They seem to explode when they're going to die anyway. So if I look around, there's something up there that's a resource. Something else fell here that I can pick up, and there's more over there. But let's head to the boss and ignore all that. I really would like to find a chest so I could show you why it's a bit annoying. Basically, with the chests that give you good loot, you have to unlock things. Basically, you have to find things like 3 locks and break them. And you've seen the mechanic before. You break 3 things, and then now you can open the chest, or you unlock 3 things, or you find a code that you have to crack, or something like that. If we have a look around, see if there's a chest nearby. Sometimes you'll see resources up in the air, like you just did then. In which case, sometimes you can throw your shield to get them. So that gave us some sun steel, which is a resource, I think, for crafting. So we have 9 minutes to beat this mini-boss. I think we'll get there, no worries. A few enemies here. I'll just run past them. I don't think enemies have a very far... They don't chase you very far. Maybe there's a chest here. Is there a chest here? That's just a basic chest. You can tell the non-basic chests, they'll have some blue glow on them, and the blue glow will kind of point you to where you need to find the codes or the things to break to unlock them. One thing I don't like about the combat system is if you attack an enemy and they then attack you while you're committed to an attack, you cannot press your block button to interrupt your own attack. So that means a lot of the time against, tougher enemies, you're going to want to to want to wait and let them attack first, so that you can parry their first attack and then have an opportunity to attack without taking damage. So, these guys are annoying, but if you throw your shield, you can get them before they teleport away. So we've got 7 minutes to beat this guy. I think that's going to be fine. Oh yeah, that's what I should say. Anything that has glows on it like that, you can climb. If it doesn't, you won't be able to climb it. Just more and more resources. I think these particular resources help with unlocking some Valor Plates. There's got to be a chest around here, surely. Yeah, now that's a bug. I did not mean to put that banner down. That's meant to be up on the D-pad, but I'm finding it ends up dropping half the time when I go into the spirit realm. That's a definite bug. As far as bugs go, though, there aren't that many. That one's a bit of an annoying one, but the only bug I've experienced so far is at one point the game wanted me to go through a door and the door wouldn't open. I tried everything thinking I was doing something wrong, but it wasn't. It was the game just had bugged out and I had to reboot it and then the door would open. But apart from that, maybe a couple of frame drops here and there, but overall the game's been pretty stable. So that's the mini boss we want to beat, and yeah, so let's just do that. Okay, not a good start. If I try and block him when he jumps, I'll show you, it staggers me and I can't really retaliate. So I don't want to block him when he jumps. I want to dodge him, unless he goes blue, in which case I can stagger him. So just dodge, and then I can get a hit in. And that's where he goes blue, so now I stagger him and get a few more hits in. See, that's an example there where he went blue after I charged up my attack, and because I was committed to my attack, I couldn't press the parry button to block that attack. I really wish block would interrupt your attack. Otherwise, it feels like you've always got to wait for the enemy to attack. Minions. See there, I couldn't interrupt my own attack. I tried to, and that sucks when there's minions involved. Not that it's really hard, like, I mean, I'm not really playing very well here, and even now I'm like fine. So that's, oh, I got an epic. have a look and see what that was. We already saw one by newest. So, not as good as the one I'm using. I want some dual blades. So yeah, so that's basically a little bit of a run through a hunt mission. Now, there's a weird thing with the missions in this game. Once you complete a mission, you actually haven't well, you have completed it, but the only way to complete it is to go into your menu and select complete mission. Otherwise, you'll get extra little side objectives to do. Like this one says, activate a twilight beacon, and it's highlighted some possible ones to do that. So if I just splint towards one, I'll ignore everyone along the way. We'll see if we can complete this side mission and maybe find one of those chests that I'm looking for. Wait on, is this the way? Nope, I don't think this is the way. Alright, there's one of the chests that I wanted to find to show you. First we have to kill everything. Is that it? Is that everything? That's everything? Okay. So you can see it's got like glowy lines. Those glowy lines are pointing towards what you have to do. So that's pointing that way, saying there's something to break that way. That's pointing that way to saying there's something to break that way. So if we just have a quick look this way, there it is. So what you have to do is you have to break that. Oop. Playing on mouse and keyboard would be way easier to aim, but I'm playing with a controller because now, see, that's the other thing. You have to break these things to unlock this chest, but your shield throw has a cooldown. So if you miss, you have to wait until the cooldown is done. It's so infuriatingly boring. Like if I want to get a chance at better loot, I have to wait until my cooldown on my shield throw is over and then hope I don't miss again. Come on. Alright, so there it's cooled down. Alright, so that's the first one. I don't like this mechanic. For a looter melee game or a game that's all about looting, I would much rather the looting happens a hell of a lot faster. So you can see now the blue glows that were pointing that way are gone. Now there's one going up and one going to the left. So obviously this is the way we need to go to find that one. So I think, or maybe not. Maybe it's, oh, there it is down there. So another thing to pick up. Another chest, one of the lesser chests. I've never had anything good drop out of those apart from resources. And where was the... There. Okay. Make sure I don't miss so as not to ruin my cooldown. Alright, so that's the second one. And can you see how this is just... Like it's mind-numbingly... It's really not a good mechanic to slow the game down like this, because I can't open it. I won't be able to open this chest until I find the third one, which usually... There it is. Usually the third one's closer. So, come up here. Oh, yeah. Are we free yet? No. Those guys don't care. All right, cool. All right, so now we can go back to our chest, wherever it was. Remember, if you lose sight of the chest, just go into the spirit realm and it'll show you where to go. And now we can unlock it. And I just find that mechanic, because these chests don't really give great stuff. Like you can see, I got Tanno Swarm. I don't know what that is. That's an augment. So with augments, it's basically another area in which you can boost your character with abilities. And Tanno, which one was that? That one, Tanno Swarm, plus 8% charge speed on my shield. So nothing special there. So you can see, like, you don't really get great stuff out of these chests, but you have a higher chance of getting better stuff out of these chests. But the mere fact that you have to screw around for ages trying to find how to unlock them, and that's an easy one, by the way. Breaking 3 things is easy. Some of them will you'll go to open them, they'll appear, a number of things will appear around them, and you'll have to destroy them in a certain way. And you'll have to experiment to find out what that way is. Some of them will be only heavy attacks will destroy them. Some of them will be you can only go into the spirit realm to do it. Some of them will be, what's another one? Yeah, one is you access a certain thing. It takes you into the spirit realm, and then you can unlock the chest. There's a variety of different things you have to do. Basically, they're not all the same. Some of them are even more time consuming than what you just saw. I don't really like that mechanic at all. It slows the game down. I'd rather just be running around and exploring. Now the thing is, you can explore. We were working on doing this. I don't know how we get to that area. Sometimes, like, the icon will tell you to go that way, but you may have to go another way to get to it, the opposite direction to actually get to it. Maybe this way. No, not this way, but there's another chest. Unacceptable. I'm just not trying to fight these guys. So yeah, that's pretty much Godfall in a nutshell. I haven't shown you any of the story missions. The story missions are more interesting than this, obviously, but this is just a basic hunt mission. But yeah, you continue to do the mission. You can go and activate that Twilight Beacon for a bonus. But it is eternal. Don't think that will complete the mission. Once you activate that Twilight Beacon, you will then have to do whatever the next thing will be, which will be like something like spot 3 hidden things, or it will change depending on where you're at. I do like that moving around mechanic. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't like the chest system. I don't like having to wait for items that you've broken to drop their gear. I don't like that you can't interrupt your attacks with your block button. Fighting would be so much more dynamic if you could do that, but instead you end up having to do this. You have to wait. And I'm dead. And it doesn't matter, because I'll just restart from the same checkpoint and nothing lost. Just remember, if you do run around and start exploring on a mission like this after you've already died through... Actually, you know what? I think I might be wrong with what I was about to say. I was going to say if you don't respawn 3 times, if you die 3 times, you fail this mission. But I think we've actually already completed the mission, and now the game knows we're actually exploring, and if I die 3 times, it won't matter. But anyway, we're coming up to Twilight Beacon, so we'll activate that. Maybe not that way. Maybe this way. So it is a bit difficult working out the direction you need to go half the time, but I think this will be the way. Yeah, so there's a beacon. So now we activate that to complete this extra bonus objective. And see, now there's another one. Use Spirit Vision to reveal hidden objectives. So then you would do those. We're not going to do those. That'll take forever. So I'm not going to do that. But that's it. So once you're finished, you complete the mission. So I don't So the three things I don't like most about this I've already mentioned, but the fourth thing and the real major thing is that the game is fun. It is fun to play. It is so far been a bit repetitive already, but I'm still happy with the game. I'm still having fun with the game, but I do find that the lack of challenge is quite boring. It's just not very difficult, and if you do find hard mode a little bit too difficult, I don't know, maybe it will get more difficult as I progress through the game. So I'm still reserving my judgment on whether or not the challenge improves, and I'm still just too early to know. That's still a possibility. I don't know. This is just my first few hours of impression, but if the challenge gets better, that's great. But if you're struggling with it, if for some reason I'm just having an easier time of it than you are, then yeah, you just go back to normal mode and you literally can't fail. You just can't. You just respawn and respawn forever, and yeah, very easy. But I find that extremely boring, so I do recommend going for hard mode. Well, that's it. I could explore forever now if I want, but instead what I do is I'll go and I'll complete mission. It's a weird way to complete missions. You have to physically do it yourself. Took me a little while to work that out to start with, mainly because it told me on the bottom of the screen that you can press a certain button to complete the mission, but when I pressed that button on my controller, it just didn't work. So yeah, so a couple of other things haven't worked here and there, but stability-wise and bug-wise, the game's been pretty good so far, I would say. It's quite smooth, quite good. The only thing that I'm not entirely happy about is I'm playing on 2560 by 1440. That's to get a frame rate of about 120. However, if I go to 4K, the frame rate drops to between 50 and 60, more likely 50, and I get a little bit more frame loss and stuttering. So it's just, I've got a pretty good PC, a pretty good rig. I've got a ray tracing 2080 Ti, and heaps of, like, my rig's really good, but I can't run this game at 4K with a stable 60 frames per second. But that doesn't really matter. It still looks really good at 1440p. I record all my videos at 1440p anyway, so that's not really too much of a bother to me. But if you're looking to run it at 4K yourself, you might find that to be a bit of an issue for yourself. Anyway, I think that covers all of my impressions of the game to start with. If you've got any questions, feel free to throw them into the comment section and I'll answer them if I spot them amongst the many, many, many comments that come up in my feed every day. Apart from that, Godfall's pretty fun. If you're after a really serious challenge, this isn't the game. If you're after just some running around and some good hack and slash, yeah, maybe this is the game. All right, guys, take it easy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.